Hello, I'm going to do two things today. One is I'm going to read to you in an unfamiliar translation the story of Sunday's Gospel, which is the amazing story of Bartimaeus. And then secondly, I'll say a few things about it. And then thirdly, I'll leave you with a question. So here's the reading. And they come into Jericho, and as he was going out of Jericho, and I want you to notice that, he comes into Jericho and goes out of Jericho, and that's a gap that Luke fills with the extraordinary story of Zacchaeus, but not Matthew. So with his disciples and a fair old crowd, and then we get a name, the son of Timaeus, Bartimaeus. As always, Mark's Aramaic is perfect, and he translates quite accurately. A blind beggar who was sitting by the way. And I want you to notice that phrase, by the way, because it's going to come again. And hearing that it was Jesus the Nazarene, he began to shout and to say, "Son of David, Jesus, have mercy on me." And many people rebuked him and told him to shut up. But he just cried all the more. And I hope you're admiring Bartimaeus there. He's not being put to rest by these solid, respectable people. He behaves very badly and gets what he asked for. And Jesus stopped and said, "Call him." And now they change their tune. They address the blind man and say, "Courage, he is calling you." And he threw away his cloak. Now remember, he's blind, he's now completely naked, and he leaps up and blunders through the crowd. You can imagine them scattering before him. And he leapt up and came to Jesus. And Jesus answered and said to him, "What do you want me to do for you?" And the blind man said, "Rabboni, that I may recover my sight." And then the easiest thing in the world, Jesus said to him, "Off you go, your faith has saved you." And immediately he recovered his sight and he followed him on the road. So there's on the road, whereas before he was beside the road. Now he's on the road. Where does the road lead? Well, in the very next verse at the beginning of chapter 11, we find ourselves in Jerusalem. And we've known for a long time what's going to happen in Jerusalem. So that discipleship has taken Bartimaeus at Jesus' side, not beside the road, but he's now on the road. And my question to you is, what happened to his cloak? He threw it off, he leapt up, he's stark naked. Something has happened, and he can see, presumably he can see when he's not wearing clothes, but something has happened and it doesn't matter anymore because he's become a disciple and he's walking with Jesus to Jerusalem. That's my prayer for you this Sunday, that you will walk with Jesus, whatever the cost may be.